can't you tackle someone your own size, Will Scarlet?
Hermie wants to learn.
Oh. Hello, Little John. Why so glum? Why aren't you fooling around with Will Scarlet and the others?
You haven't been here since I get back, have you? They don't want me around here. Not even when Robin is a council of war. It's only what Scarlet says that matters.
Oh, come now. I was talking to Robin only the other day. He was telling me how glad he was that you were back. We were arguing as to whether you'd been his lieutenant for 6 years or 5.
5.
No. Grip the arm lower down when you twist. It gives you more leverage, you see?
You're wrong.
You think so? Perhaps you'd like to give us a demonstration.
You mean you'd like to try a fall?
No, as a matter of fact, I didn't mean that. But you're welcome. Any time.
This is going to be so easy. If I can catch it. Stand still, man. I don't want to hurt you. I just want to throw you.
I hear you've never been tossed twice by the same man, Little John.
That's right, Derwin. I've been surprised, but never by the same man twice.
You hear that, Will?
Yes, I hear. Very well. Twice it shall be, then.
What's
all the noise about?
I think you'd better watch this, Robin.
You all right, Little John?
Yes, I'm all right. You said twice, Scarlet. Get a lower tone.
Well, certainly. According to you, I've done nothing remarkable yet.
From as we are now. Robin to give the word.
Oh, is he here now? Yes, certainly. And don't crunch, sir. There's a good chap.
Crunch? What do you mean, crunch?
How did all this start?
Just a friendly wrestle, I thought.
Come on, Robin. We're getting cramp. All right, ready? Now.
Good work, Will.
No more now. It's enough wrestling for one day. We've got some work to do. Little John, I wanted to see you about something.
No. No! Not until I've had a chance of putting this fixture and the fancy doublet in his bag.
Can't have heard, Little John. Robin wants to see you. And I don't think I want to fight you again until you're feeling more like your old cheerful self.
If it's about a plan, then you'd better ask his advice, as usual.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
I was afraid this would blow up sooner or later. Derwent, go after him and see if he doesn't get into any trouble.
Yes, Robin.
Do you need any help?
What?
I thought you were having trouble breaking the bush.
I suppose you think I can't, eh?
No, I didn't say that.
Then say it!
Now, look here.
I said say it!
I don't want to fight. I don't know who you are. Anyway, I haven't got a weapon.
Well, here, take this.
What are you trying to do? Kill him? Come back to camp, Little John. Robin's worried about you.
You tell Robin not to interfere. I'm finished with him. Let go, Derwin, you...
Quick, look! Come on! Hey, you there! What's all this shouting? He saw us, but he doesn't like the idea of chasing us into the bushes.
I got away.
Who told you to follow me?
Little John! We'll take him back to the castle. I'll tell the sheriff about it when we get back.
I'm going to my home in the north.
You're going to Nottingham Castle. You were with outlaws.
But I was fighting them.
So I noticed. Outlaws fighting amongst themselves. Very nice. Come on, you.
I was attacked for no reason, I tell you. I'd never seen the men before.
And never having seen them before, you couldn't name them, I suppose. You're behaving like all the other outlaws, who won't give information without benefit of torture.
Of course I can name them. One was Little John.
Untie this man.
But my lord...
Untie him! That's better, isn't it? And it will continue to be better, whilst your memory functions.
The other's name was Derwent.
If you're not an outlaw, how do you know their names?
Because after the big one knocked me down, the little one ran up and spoke to him. Derwent, the little one, asked Little John why he'd attacked me. Little John said something about being finished with Robin Hood.
And then?
And then your men came along.
And then my men came along. Pity. Well, you're free. Escort this man to the gate and send in a courier.
Yes, my lord.
Little John has fallen out with Robin Hood. Has that trickled through to you yet?
Yes, my lord.
The point is, will Little John stay fallen out with Robin Hood? Indeed, can we see that he does?
Turning in? I think you should, you know. You've been on the prowl since morning.
Derwent told you what I did, I suppose.
Derwent? No, he just said you were walking the forest.
Robin, I thrashed a man who had given me no offense.
Oh, I know what's the matter, and you're wrong. You're still my lieutenant.
No. First, because Scarlett's been more useful to you than I've ever been. And second, because I'm going.
You're not. Well, I can stop you. Listen. Will has more to say for himself when it comes to planning, but you still do the most when it comes to carrying out the plans. Nothing's changed. I mean it. You never have been very talkative, you know. That's why you make such a good second in command.
You know, the fight wasn't Will's fault either.
Good night, Little John.
Good night, Robin. Oh, Robin. Robin, I am clear about this, aren't I? I've often thought, well, I mean, nothing's ever been settled if you should get hurt. I mean, well, we've got to face it sometime. If something should happen where you couldn't lead the band, I mean, well, it is so, isn't it?
You mean who would be the leader? I'm afraid it wouldn't be as simple as that, Little John. You see, well, you're one of the best lieutenants in the world, but, well, there's your temper. And when that goes, you know what happens. The men might want to elect a leader who was a little slower to act now and then.
I'm quicker to think. Like Will Scarlett.
I can't say. That would be for the men to decide. Little John, now isn't the time. In the morning.
No, I couldn't accept Scarlett, Robin. All right, I know I'm being childish. Robin, it isn't only between him and me. The whole band's begun to take sides lately, and that's bad. Understand me, Robin. Give me a hand. Goodbye, Robin.
Goodbye, Little John.
You can't let him go, Robin. He's heartbroken.
I know. That's why I've got to let him go.
But where will he go?
To the Blue Boar Inn, I should think. To pour his heart out to Joan.
Yes, my lord.
I want you to take a message to Little John.
But, my lord, where's he going to find him?
The Blue Boar Inn. where the outlaws come and go and which you've always wanted to close down, or about to understand its uses. I want you to take this and deliver it to the woman called Joan, who serves at the Blue Boar, and to whom Little John is partial. You see, Lieutenant, when one's enemies fall out, it's time to make friends.
I don't understand, my lord.
That you don't see is not unusual. That you might eventually see is quite possible.
Well, here you are, Little John. I beg your pardon. I'll just sit here quietly until you've finished reading your letter.
Oh, you'll be sitting there a long time. I can't read it. Too many long words.
Oh, I see.
You read it to me, Father. It's the first letter I've ever had in my whole life.
Well, it says, to Little John, from the Deputy Lord High Sheriff of Nottingham.
Don't jest, Father.
That's what it says.
Well, go on.
Evidence has been placed before me concerning the crime which resulted in your being proclaimed an outlaw. After due consideration...
Go on.
I have decided that you were wrongfully proclaimed and are entitled to a free pardon. Consequently, I shall attend in person at the Blue Boar Inn tomorrow, Wednesday morning, to place in your hands, as the law demands, a document to the above effect. Oh, my son, you're not going to let yourself be trapped by this, are you?
You think that's a trap?
Well, of course.
Why?
Well, it's obvious.
You've seen us seal often enough, is that it?
Well, yes. And wait a minute. It also says, you may be present armed, but the deputy sheriff, to prove good faith, will not be armed. And what's more, he advises you to entrust this document to a person of your own choosing. Well, that means that you can give this document to, well, me, for example, and that if you were trapped, I could obtain your release, even from the court of Prince John. Oh, there must be a catch in this. Where is it?
Well, it's in you, Father. I don't think you want me to get my freedom.
Little John.
But I want it. There's not an outlaw alive who wouldn't want his freedom. And you want it for me too, don't you, Joan?
If you don't have to hang for it.
I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I'm gonna wait out the rest of the night and sleep sound as a free man.
The sheriff's seal, all right.
Then you believe it's true? It really is a pardon?
I still can't believe there isn't a catch in it somewhere.
Nor can I. The fact that the sheriff pledges his word to arrive alone means nothing. He can arrive alone quite easily with a few dozen men following him.
All the same, he is rather trusting Little John, isn't he? What if Little John let us set a trap for the sheriff?
But then we'd be playing right into his hands. If we interfere, the sheriff can tell the whole country that we didn't want Little John to have his freedom.
Then what do you intend to do?
I intend to give this miracle every opportunity of manifesting itself. Little John has a right to his freedom, if this is genuine. But, come on, Will. As much as we can, let's keep an eye on things at the Blue Boar.
Sergeant Bolt, reporting was requested.
Sergeant Bolt, escort the lieutenant to the dungeon, pick out the worst one you can find, lock him in it, and don't let him out for 2 weeks.
But, my lord, what have I...
Last night, without instruction from me, you ordered a troop to patrol the Blue Boar Inn.
But I thought that's what you wanted me to do. I thought I could catch Little John if he was silly enough to believe your note.
My signature was on that letter. My word. Are you trying to dishonor me?
No, my lord.
In the next 2 weeks, consider how not to get in my way in future. Take him down, then come back.
Yes, my lord. My lord, does this mean that I will now assume command of your escort to the Blue Boar?
Are you trying to bungle my plans too?
No, my lord.
I am going to the Blue Boar alone, as I promised.
Yes, my lord. Come on.
don't envy you, Bolt.
I'm only obeying the sheriff's orders.
That's what I mean. Obey them enough and you'll hang for it.
Now, Lieutenant, how'd you like me to tell the sheriff you said that?
All right. Let him ride off alone to the Blue Ball. Let him get captured by Robin Hood. What do you think will happen when he comes back under ransom? He'll hang you for not having had the sense to protect him.
Yes. Maybe I should ride out with a troop a few minutes behind him.
Maybe, Bolt, maybe. It depends if his plan, whatever it is, succeeds. But if it does, and you disobey him, you'll finish up alongside me.
The friar was right. It is a trap. He's got his sword with him. This is no place for you, Dill. Get back to the kitchen.
Good day, my lord.
Good day, Friar. Friar...
Tuck, my lord.
Friar Tuck. You walk these woods alone? They're usually full of outlaws.
Alone, as you do, my lord.
I hope so, Friar.
I thought of a little refreshment.
I have business in there, too.
Really? Nothing, I hope, that my presence would interfere with?
In what way should your presence ever interfere with my business, Father? We are both men of the law. Mine of the crown, yours of God. If we do our work honestly, our aim should combine rather than conflict.
Stand aside, Father. You're blocking my aim.
My dear little John. I don't blame you, but there's no need. Really, there's no need.
Go away, Friar.
No, Father. Remain. And if I'm to be murdered, you can stand witness.
I saw you drop your sword. But you've got that pouch. What's in that?
Your pardon, little John. Would you be so kind? If I unsling it, he might take fright. Poor fellow's been an outlaw for no good reason these last 5 years. I don't wonder he's touchy. Open it, please. Oh, go on, read it.
It's a pardon.
Does it say I'm no longer an outlaw?
Well, of course it does.
Does it, Father?
Yes, here.
What do you want of me for this?
Nothing. I've studied the evidence. I'm a man of the law. You're free.
Then you take me to Nottingham Castle. You ask me to lead you to Robin Hood's bed. I refuse, and you make me an outlaw all over again for that. Then you hang me.
Do read the relevant passage, Father.
Well, it's quite plain, little John. It says you never should have been outlawed, so that anything you did during the last 5 years just doesn't count. You seem to have got what you wanted.
Oh, Sheriff, even I can see the catch in this, even if I can't read very well.
Catch? Do grant that I can keep my word.
Well, you haven't here. It's not signed.
Well, of course it isn't. Father, the other contents of the pouch. You see, little John, good friend, little John, I knew that you might doubt any signature that was just delivered to you. So, I want you to see for yourself. Now, where would you like it signed? The usual place? Splendid. There.
Well, it's not witnessed.
Ah, I had thought the serving girl, Joan, whom I know you trust. But she isn't around. Father?
Oh,
You have read the whole document. As I said before, our aims can combine. And what finer aim than to satisfy this deserving man that God himself bears witness to his freedom. Go outside, little John, and smell the morning air. I warrant it'll have a new tang, the clean tang of freedom. he's quite upset.
What has got in his hand? I don't know. The pardon, perhaps.
Possible.
Sheriff,
Yes, Little John.
you're a liar.
I beg your pardon.
I said you were a liar.
Now, Little John.
You said I didn't deserve to be outlawed. I've thought about it. I should have been.
My dear fellow, you had every right to do what you did.
Under any decent man's law, yes. Under King Richard's law, yes. Under Prince John's law, no. And you're Prince John's man.
Oh, really? You've got the thing in your hand. Now, be as guilty as you like. It can't be helped now. As far as I'm concerned, you're free and the pardon proves it.
No, no. No, that's not what the pardon proves. The pardon proves that you want to break up Robin Hood's band. The pardon proves that you want to shout out to the whole country that you're a merciful man, and you're not. The pardon proves that any man who wants to leave Robin Hood's band and live under the law of a tyrant can do so by toadying to you.
You haven't toadied. You're being a complete nuisance even now, but I cannot go back on my word.
Listen, I don't want your pardon. The freer it makes me, the less I want it. I want to be Robin Hood's best man. I want to be the biggest outlaw in Prince John's country. I don't want your pardon.
Well, you've got it.
Have I?
That doesn't make any difference. Your pardon will be proclaimed in public today. Do what you like. You cannot alter the fact that your crimes, of which I'm quite sure there were at least 1,000 committed over the last 5 years, are null and void.
Are they? Then we'll just have to commit a few more, won't we? Now then, Sheriff. 1, 2, 3. Am I an outlaw?
Hang for this, Little John.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Sheriff.
Just as well we came.
Come on! As many as you like, come on! The sheriff says he's going to hang me for this.
He'll have to catch you first.
Thanks, Will.
Robin Hood, riding through the glen. Robin Hood, with his band of men. Feared by the bad, loved by the good. Robin Hood, Robin Hood, Robin Hood.